Hi, my name is Lizzie Pollard, and I'm here kind of through the process of Facebook. On Facebook, we were talking about the masks people wear in society and why they wear them, and why wouldn't you just take it off? Why is it so hard to be your authentic self? And why don't more people do it? And kind of the answer that someone had come up with was because if you become your authentic self, maybe the things that you fear the most are true. Maybe you are unlovable. Maybe you'll never be successful. Maybe you're not good at things. And I think we all fear that. I think we all fear so much. So showing our authentic selves and becoming real with ourselves and finding what we really love. Because if you fail at what you really love, that's quite a heartbreak. That's much harder than continuing on kind of the treadmill of life and going to a job that you hate and knowing you hate it and kind of getting up and saying, well, I'll keep doing this because I need the money and I need to keep going and all of those kinds of things. It's harder to fail at what you really love and to become who you really love, because if someone doesn't love you for who you are, there's a danger in that. There's kind of that fear of, what if no one ever loves me for who I really am? And I think I know a lot about this. I grew up in a really conservative area of Northern California. Yes, there are conservative areas of California. And I kind of grew up living the life that my parents lived and taking that for granted. And, kind of up until that point, I'd done a lot of things that they considered the right thing to do, but didn't bring me true happiness. In fact, I kind of at the age of 21 went through this quarter life crisis, and my dad started dying, and I got really real with myself. In watching him die, I got the greatest gift of looking at my own life and saying, is this really the life that I want to be living? Is this really who I am? And I think while I'd been asleep before and not really awake and not really paying attention and conscious, I didn't really know that I was quite as unhappy as I was. And when he started dying, I looked at my life and I said, this is not what I want. This is not who I am. This is not where my soul shines or what brings me ultimate happiness. And that was a really huge turning point for me. In fact, I came back from, he'd only been sick for a week. He went through a really big surgery, and I came back from his surgery to the college that I went to, University of Colorado, and I dropped my sorority and I broke up with my boyfriend, and I got about living. I started living the life that I really wanted, and I knew that those things were not bringing me happiness, and being the person that the society and community that I grew up in had told me to be wasn't making me happy. And I kind of jumped off the cliff. It was kind of a nice push. I started looking for things that I really loved, and I found a bunch of them. And then that process began, and that was a really scary process, because I was kind of afraid that these things were so different than the way that I'd grown up, that what if no one I'd grown up with would ever really love me? Or what if my parents wouldn't really love me? Or, would my mom be able to handle kind of me becoming this new person? And, well, at first there was a lot of resistance, because in giving up who you are, you're so tied to so many people who have those things in common with you. I felt that resistance, and then one day it was like all of these things were bringing me real happiness, and through that real happiness there was a strength that I think pretty much everyone saw. Even my mom, who we have our differences, I think she really saw the true happiness I felt through living a different lifestyle, through kind of embracing yoga and spirituality and music and creativity and those kind of things that aren't the classically traditional mainstays in our culture. And she kind of gave me freedom to fly eventually, because she saw I was kind of half alive before, and with these things I was suddenly flying and fully and boldly alive, and there was this power in that I think everyone could kind of see, and everyone I know really has seen. And kind of taking off your mask is such a liberating feeling. I mean, it's shocking. and it will jar you, and it will bring up things that you never kind of thought you would see, but there is a freedom. There is that ultimate freedom in being who you really are, and I think it's one of the most powerful forces in this universe. I think it moves mountains and opens doors, and I'm so grateful to have found who I really am, mostly because I can wake up in the morning now and go, wow, this is really my life, and there's something so powerful about that. You know, that's the greatest gift my dad dying gave me, was that he gave me life. He gave me a life that I never would have dreamed would be so great. It still has its fair share of problems, but for the most part, I wake up and say, wow, I get up today and really live, and it really hammered home for me the importance of what I care about and the importance of finding who you are and finding your voice and finding what truly makes you happy. So if there's anyone out there who's kind of stuck in a life that they feel half awake, or they feel not as powerful or as empowered as they could be, you know, I urge you just to take baby steps to start looking for things that make you happy and getting on that path and that trail, because it multiplies and it feeds itself in the power it gives to you. It's hard at first, and you know, you have a lot of challenges with giving up who you once were, but I think the more you let go and you find your true self, the more your true self finds you. And I wish that for everyone. I wish you an authentic self, and I wish for you to keep evolving and continue to try and take off the masks and become who it is that you really are, because that's what the world needs. The world needs people being themselves. So take off your mask and jump off the cliff and live. Thanks. Have a great day.